What's up? Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to review The Last of Us Season 2 Episodes 5, 6, and 7. And I know this video is extremely late because I was lazy and I didn't review the episodes as they came out. So this is going to be Episode 5, Episode 6, and the season finale, Episode 7. So this is going to be a long video, guys. I'm just letting you know now. So, in this episode, like on episode 4, we leave off with Ellie and Dina looking at the hospital, right? And, for people that have played the game, like myself, you know where this is going. So, they go to the hospital, they find a way to go to the hospital, like avoiding patrols and whatnot. And then, they get stampeded by a bunch of infected. And Jesse, shout out to Jesse, saves them, which is different from the games. Because in the games, Jesse finds Ellie, or in Last of Us 2, a video game, Jesse finds Ellie and then gets killed by a sniper. right? So it's very different in this, but we'll get to what happens on this. And then, so it basically ends with Dina getting shot with an arrow through the leg, a crossbow bolt through the leg, which is different, by a Seraphite, which they don't really get into who the Seraphites are, and I'm assuming they're doing that next season, especially with that ending. So I'm not really gonna give it away who the Seraphites are, because you guys know my rule. Like, even though I beat the whole Last of Us 2 game, I'm not gonna go ahead of where the story is in the TV show, just in case you guys haven't played the game and you're just watching along with the TV show. So, yeah. So, for me, so Dina gets shot with an arrow through the leg. So Jesse gets yelled out by Ellie's a dick to Jesse for, most of the time, most if not all of the scenes they have together in episodes, 5 and 7. She yells at, she's like, take her back, and, so Jesse takes Dina back, and Ellie goes after Nora. So, it is very similar to the game. She dies in a different way, though. Like, they finally introduced spores in this show, right? Because in season 1, they didn't do spores. So they finally introduced spores. And then, so Nora and Ellie, like, Nora's running away from Ellie and is like, shoot her, intruder, right? And, then Nora, like, rips open an elevator shaft and basically tries to jump down, but Ellie follows her. Like, Ellie, like, I was nervous about, especially if you guys saw my review of The Last of Us 2 video game, because I just beat it for the first time a few weeks ago. I said I was nervous about Bella Ramsey carrying the stuff that mainly happens in season 3 now, I'm guessing. I'm not worried about that. I wouldn't even be surprised, y'all, if they break it into 4 seasons. That's how long and detailed the game is. So I wouldn't be surprised if they break it into 4, but we'll see what they do. So Ellie chases her down that elevator shaft, and Nora's not immune like Ellie is, right? So she gets infected by the spores, and she's like, and then, Ellie goes, where's Abby? And Nora goes, I forget the exact line, but she basically goes, fuck you. Right? So then we get the scene from the game of Ellie just, like, we don't say that Nora's dead, but it's heavily implied, because she gets hit with a massive crowbar, like, Ellie has a pipe, and she tells Dina. We'll do the present day first, and then we'll do the flashbacks. Um, um, she tells Dina, I got her to talk. I know where Abby is. And, basically, we're gonna do present day first, and then we're gonna talk about the flashback episode. Because I think the flashback episode is the best episode of this series so far. So, yeah. Or I'll do it in order, actually. Yeah, I'll do it in order. So, episode 5 ends with, flashback of Joel waking Ellie up. Right? And you see the, since this is flashbacks, well, in episode 5, you see the relationship between Ellie and Joel, deteriorate and then start to rebuild, right? So it starts off on Ellie's 15th birthday, or a day before her 15th birthday, and she literally gets burned on the arm by an infected, alright? Or gets bitten and pushed into like a boiler, she said. Like her arm got pushed into a boiler on the infected. So this whole episode is like 1 year later, Joel does this for her. 1 year later, and we get like the space the space scenes, right? The only scene I wish they would have included here is in the game, like during the flashbacks, like Ellie gets pushed into the water to learn how to swim, right? I wish we would have included that scene, but that's my only complaint with this episode. If y'all didn't think Pedro Pascal was great as Joel, this episode will convince you, bro. This episode, oh yes, and I really like how they don't do this in the game. They flash back to Joel's father, who was a cop, and the best line in the episode is, try to be a little better than me, as I was with you, right? We're talking about parenthood, right? So Joel's dad tells Joel, when you have one of your own one day, try to be a little better than me. And then at the end of the episode, because Joel kills Eugene, you guys remember how Catherine O'Hara's character said, Joel, you killed my husband, right? We find out how that happens, and Joel, yeah, and then the best scene of the episode is the end scene, in my opinion, like, because you get, like, part of this is a scene from the game, or all of it is a scene from the game. They just add up that line, like, try to be a little better than me when you have your own kid one day, Ellie. And, this scene is incredible between Pedro and Bella Ramsey. And I love this show, man. I love it. So yeah, I don't want to spoil what happens. Well, I like the space stuff happens, and then every year, like every time it fast forwards a year, like most of the times, like Joel gets Seth to bake Ellie a cake, right? And that's how they celebrate her birthday. So that's really cool. But that's probably the best episode of the series so far, in my opinion. And then episode 7. Oh my god, episode 7. So episode 7 starts off with Jesse and Ellie trying to find Tommy, right? Because they changed this. In the game, Tommy was the one with Joel when Joel gets murdered by Abby, right? In the show, it was Dina with Joel when Joel gets murdered by Abby. So Jesse and Tommy go after Ellie and Dina, and they finally caught up to them. But in order for Jesse and Tommy to cover more ground, they split up. So Tommy, they hear Tommy start to take sniper shots, right, at Abby's crew, right, the wolves. And Jesse wants to save Tommy because Jesse cares about everybody and not just himself. And he wants to get his kid, because it is Jesse's kid inside Dina's belly, right? He wants to get his kid back to Seattle. And as we continue going through these episodes, Dina starts to realize, like, after Ellie gets back from the hospital and tells Dina, hey, I know why Joel did this, right? I know why Joel, Abby wanted to kill Joel and stuff like that. And then everybody besides Ellie and Abby start to realize, hey, this revenge thing is too far, goes too far. And so it ends, and so I say that because in episode 8, like, Jesse wants to go after Tommy to save Tommy, right? So they can go back to Seattle. Ellie sees like the thing that Mel told her before she killed Mel. I mean, not Mel. What's her name? Nora. Yeah. She kills, before she kills Nora, like, Ellie got Nora to speak, right? So she sees like a Ferris wheel and like an aquarium, right? And so Ellie's like, no, I'm going to a fucking aquarium, right, to find Abby. So she goes to the aquarium, and this part is straight from, well, they kind of change how Mel dies, okay? So Mel is really pregnant, like about to pop pregnant, right? So she finds Owen and Mel, and she goes, where the F is Abby, right? And obviously, since we're Abby's friends, they don't tell her where Abby is. So Owen, she does the same thing that Joel did. You guys remember in season 1, or if you guys have played the game in season, or in game 1, or in season 1, Joel does the technique where he makes the 2 hostages point to, the 2 people that he's interrogating point to where Ellie is so she can save Ellie. She basically does that with Abby, but it doesn't with Owen and Mel, but it doesn't work, because Owen grabs a knife, bang bang, Owen dies. Then Mel falls right over and is like, help me, get him out, get him. Like I told you, she's about to pop. So she's literally giving birth and dying at the same time, right? And Ellie's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then Tommy and Jesse go back for Ellie, find Ellie, get back. Dina, Ellie, Jesse, and Tommy are all back in the fort. And Tommy's like, we're going back to Seattle, and are you fine? Can you live with Abby living, right? Because everybody is starting to see. Tommy's starting to see. Jesse's starting to see. Dina's starting to see that the revenge is going too far, right? And then you hear Tommy. You hear a gunshot. So Ellie and Jesse come running. Jesse gets shot. And Abby's like, stand up. Or this one dies too, because she kills Jesse, which, like, that's what I meant. Like, this game, or this season, or these 2 seasons are meant to tell the disadvantage to revenge. You're too focused on revenge, bad stuff happens to you, right? Or bad stuff happens to the people around you. So Abby kills Jesse and is like, stand up, stand up. Put your hands up or I'll kill this one, right? Or I'll shoot this one, or whatever she says. And by the way, I am gonna say this, and I don't usually say this with the games, with the TV show, but I really do, like, I can't really make a judgment call until season 3 where we get all of Abby's story. But Caitlin Deaver is killing this. Like, Caitlin Deaver has the potential to be better than the Abby in the game. Right? Right? Has the potential, right? We won't know until season 3 because that's when we're really gonna tell her story. But she's like, stand up. And she's like, I gave you a chance to, I let you live, and you wasted it. And then you hear a bang, and then the last shot of the season is a flashback with Abby and Owen, and they basically did what the game did, right? Owen tells Abby, hey, get up, Isaac wants to talk to us. Isaac is Jeffrey Wright's character, right? Isaac wants to talk to us. And then she's like, give me 5 minutes to wake up. Then she walks out to the, like, to look over the base and stuff like that. And then it ends on Seattle Day 1. And what that means is season 3 is going to be Abby's story. Right? That's why I said they might even break it into 4 seasons. We'll see. But I loved this season, y'all. I like, you guys know, I think that The Last of Us, the games and the TV show, is one of the best pieces of media ever to be created, right? I love this show, and I can't wait to see how they expand for season 3, and I can't wait to see who they get to play Lev and things like that, because they haven't cast for Lev yet. And yeah, so for me, I would give this show like a 9.5 out of 10, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And if you haven't watched The Last of Us, or played The Last of Us video games, or played any Naughty Dog games in general, I would strongly recommend you get on that, playing Naughty Dog games and stuff like that. And I hope you have a great day, and goodbye. And thank you for watching, and God bless you guys.